So with that said, I think I want to start by talking about the 5-year engagement. Oh, and
Oh,
actually, Bros, while we're at it, the
oh
movie
yeah.
Bros. So we just put out our commentary on the movie The 5-Year Engagement, which was by Jason Segel and Nicholas Stoller, and then directed by Nicholas Stoller, whose movie Bros just came out, a movie he made with Billy Eichner, and it did not do well.
Yeah.
And,
Which one?
well, neither of them did, but Bros did not do well, and I think fundamentally, so with 5-year engagement, the reason we use it as a negative example of quality because for us, it had so much appeal, right?
It had so many opportunities to succeed.
Well, you think about it, we liked the actors: Jason Segel, Chris Pratt, Allison Brie, Emily Blunt, in no particular order there, right? Tons of great actors.
Directors.
We liked getting over forgetting Sarah Marshall, which
Hmm.
was written in same creative pair.
And then
And then, of course, yeah, we're sitting in what I call the House of Huron because I've lived almost my entire life on the Huron River here in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So I'm watching this movie. I've just moved to Ann Arbor, Michigan. So everything was designed to make. Oh, Chris Parnell's in that movie
oh
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that we love from Archer and various other.
Yeah. So I mean, like honestly, there's so much we could have liked, but it's every single one of us at Intensely Casual. Me, Jen, you. The first time we watched it, our jaws literally dropped.
Yeah. It was funny. We should have done a reaction video.
Yeah, I should have done that with you and Jen because I went first. You cannot accept that your System 1 brain cannot engage with that movie. It immediately provokes disbelief over and over and over again. Like you're willing to tolerate a lot in a story. You're willing to tolerate completely made up components and of the story like dragons or magic or aliens, but this movie, I'm not going to spoil the commentary. You can check it out. It starts very, very fast. Like
Yeah.
the opening sequence, his plan makes no sense to anybody and is so bad that you can't. Usually, you'll excuse like something being implausible for the sake of comedy.
Yeah.
His plan is so insane, it's not even funny. I mean, that's an expression people use, but it's literally the case here. You're like, wait a second, literally none of this makes any sense. You don't have
Yeah.
to be an expert to realize it.
Yeah.
So coming back to Bros, we haven't seen Bros. And honestly,
We're only basing this on just on the commercial.
yeah, we saw a commercial, and I think part of the problem is, movies at this moment, for whatever reason, a lot of them aren't doing well. The only movie I've been to see since the pandemic was when we took our families to see Spider-Man
The Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home. So, I mean, it wasn't like we were ever going to see this, and I might give it a look. But I will point out that in terms of appeal factors, I think that's where the marketing for this movie really went wrong because it was everything about it was to show how gay it was, right? He's a gay man who works at a gay museum. There's him at a gay pride parade. And then the music for it is famously gay musicians like George Michael and Queen. And I'm watching that thing, and there's a moment where he's talking to a straight couple that are his friends.
Yeah.
But really, that if you want that story to appeal to straight people, you needed a
wider audience.
or just a wide. Well, that is straight people.
Yeah.
Much wider audience than gay. If you want straight people to show up, you need to put in like a sassy straight friend, right?
Yeah.
Somebody that the audience could sort of identify with. Because as I say all the time, I don't mind watching gay sex in a movie or gay people together. But for me, like a really good example of this, I really like the first season of How to Get Away with Murder.
Okay.
And there's a lot of gay sex, particularly in the early parts of that season. But you're never going to sell me on something with gay sex.
Yeah.
Like the story must otherwise interest me. And I think that's where they really kind of missed their... If they wanted people to show up in droves...
They needed a grace or something, like in your will and grace kind of...
Yeah, something. And, then Billy Eichner, when I was like, straight people, you need to see it. It's your fault. It's not doing well. If you care about gay people, you need to... Look, we're going to talk a lot about caring in this conversation we're having, but in just a minute. But when you appeal to people's caring, like, oh, you're helping gay people can only care so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And they can only focus so much of their attention to caring to all of the issues. At the end of the day, if you had focused on making a movie that And again, the movie might really be, this could just be the marketing. The movie might really be something I sit down and watch it and I'm like, oh, this is my favorite movie ever.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not against rom-coms or anything like that, because that's kind of how it's bolstered.
Well, it is a rom-com. But, you know, as I always say, people, I like comedies. It doesn't matter what kind of comedy it is. You know, if it's a decent comedy, I'm happy to watch it. But in this case, I really felt it was unfair to just like blame straight people for a movie. Because here's the thing. There's a whole attitude right now in story creation where sometimes people are like, it's not for you. It's not. So if you don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's not for you. But then you want me to show up and watch it. And you got to pick a lane on that. You know, either it's for me to watch and show caring by supporting you, or it's for me to ignore.
Yeah.
And it feels like that decision is always made after the fact. They're picking whichever decision, you know, is good for them. Like if they're taking a lot of flack from an audience, it wasn't for you. If the movie is like they tried to do a She-Hulk, and we'll talk about that. There's a reason why for She-Hulk specifically that doesn't work. Or in this case, it's like, well, since it wasn't doing well, we need straight people to show up, and I don't know which to do at any given time.
Yeah. We need flags. We need the rating system, but for,
you know, in all honesty, we've talked about how with the intensely casual method for evaluating stories, like there's no like rubric for evaluating a story on paper because there's too many subjective elements. Like only you can know what matters to you and how much. But you know, it wouldn't go wrong for movies because genre is already kind of a list of appeal factors.
Yeah.
But like to have more specific ones. Like here's the content you will get in this story. And then the surprise will be watching it unfold, right? Like seeing how it's delivered. But with that said, so if you want to see art, and the other thing is because I know it's about 5-year engagement, I know it could be really good, but I know it's a crapshoot. It could be really bad.
Plus, it also has the people involved in the same.
That's what I'm saying. Like this could work out fantastically, or it could be awful, and that's asking a lot, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you'd almost rather know it's going to be mediocre than being 50-50 terrible or bad, because the mediocre thing probably isn't going to waste your time.
Yeah.
But if it's really bad, because you only need to watch so many spectacular. Like you can enjoy watching bad movies, but you only need so many of those. Most people. Everybody's